Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. We are here for a right treat. It's the final, ladies and gentlemen, the final of the Wednesday evening F-Type series that the Ultimate Racing League present to you for your pleasure. And what a season we've had in the Shags, eh? What an absolute banger of a season it really has. It's been one of them where anyone can win. Any one of the drivers could take the win in each round. It's been so tight. Now, I don't have a championship table to give to you, but I do at the end. I've got the final results, ladies and gents. So just cling on there right to the end to find out who is the reigning champion. Has Slowpoke done enough this season to topple off the mad D-O-double-G? We don't know. We don't know until we get to the end. We are at Lago... sorry. We're at Lago Maggiore. And I think it's West Side. So, but I'm not sure. I just had a quick look at the deets, and I'm pretty sure it said Maggiore West Side. So we'll see when we get deep into this. Carbon in the chat with a wave. How's Ragnarok going, my friend? He deleted everything. I'm sure he doesn't want the world to know, but yes, for one reason or another, he deleted his whole map on Arc. Level 80, ladies and gents. It's a tragedy. An absolute tragedy. We could just scoot off this replay and talk about how Carbon deleted his... No. Right then. He's my work buddy, okay? We have things to talk about at work. It's important bonding at times about dinosaurs and GT7. It's all important. It's really wham, people. I don't know why. Today's been an absolute grotty day. And then this last half hour... for the final sundown, all the clouds dissipated. The sun was actually there, hiding all the time, and it got really warm and close. And then I'm cracking on with a string. Craig in the chat saying, "Evening, bud. Hope you are good." Yeah, either I'm going through the menopause, or it's just suddenly got really wham today. I'm not sure. Anyway, so. Round 10, it's the final, ladies and gentlemen. Let us get down and dirty with the pilots on the grid to see how they qualified. They're in the Group 3 car this week. They've been alternated between the Group 4 and the Group 3 Jaguar F-Type. And this week it lands on the Group 3, I'm pretty sure. I only looked at the thumbnail of last round and they look like Group 4s. So I'm pretty sure it's Group 3s this round. We're going to have a 15-minute sprint on soft tyres. It's lights to flag and it's just fastest of them all takes everything, and then we regroup, ladies and gentlemen, and go into a more endurance style race for 30 minutes with the tyre wear and the fuel depletion rated up a little bit, and they have to use 2 compounds of tyres. I believe it's the softs and the hards. It's all good fun. We've done it 10 times already this season. In 9 times at least. This is the 10th time. You should be up to the rules. If you're not, hard luck. Catch up. And Carbon saying he hasn't played yet. Oh, go on, delve in. Right then, the grid. Here we go then on pole. It's either Slowpoke, Muhammad Ali, or Wayne. It's not, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear the crowd go wild for Rossi. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Biggie has planted the pole. Fantastic driving around West Side Lake Maggiore. In second place, it is the Wayne Mad D-O-double-G, and he is fighting for every point, ladies and gentlemen, in this championship. It is a close call from him to the poke. Don't mind the twitchiness. That's just stick drift. And I'm not paying 60 quid for a controller. I can live with stick drift. I'll overcompensate like my whole life. Of course it's an extra inch bigger than what you think it is. Right then, Slowpoke in third place, ladies and gentlemen. And this championship is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Slowpoke racing all the way. Come on, stop it. It's the drift, ladies. I'm going to not put my thumb on it. Maybe that's what's doing it. So Slowpoke then still fighting for every single point that's on the table. And it's a showdown here at the final around the lake, ladies and gentlemen, betwixt the the Waney, Mad, D-O-G-G, and Slowpoke. Look at them both psyching each other out. They've been staring at each other for at least 10 minutes now. Neither has blinked. We're going to have to call a medic in. We're going to just have to spray water in their eyes because they've dried up a little bit from the staring competition that has gone on today. In fourth place, ladies and gentlemen, with a heavy, heavy heart, we are saying our fine farewells to Muhammad Ali, because I spied with my little eye, seen that he's jumped ship, ladies and gentlemen. He is a deserter. Judas. He's jumping into League One because they're racing super formulas. Oh, I want to look. But hey, let's not knock it. Slowpoke's channel on YouTube. Check it out for some fantastic super formula racing next season. And Muhammad Ali, he's not leaving. He's just going over to Slowpoke's channel. I'm jealous. I haven't spoken to Slowpoke for weeks now, since I found out. I found out about a day or two ago. I saw he signed up for the other thing and was like, you dog. You goddamn dog. But we've got new people coming in, so it's all right. He's easily replaced. You're old news to me, Muhammad Ali. But he's got fourth place, so that's pretty good, isn't it? He wants to go out of this league with a bang, and we'll be keeping a close eye on that. Who the goddamn hell is this on the final round? 9 rounds have already been raced, and then lastminute.com, we have this fella turning up, eh? And whom are you? Now, I'll tell you what, I'm struggling with his name, and we're going to go with something, okay? And if it's wrong, it's all right. He's only got to live with it for one round. But his username, or his nickname, is DAND4N. Now, I'm down with the kids, you know? I'm down with lingo, and I know that the 4 is usually a replacement for an A, because they look slightly similar. I use passwords. So that is DANDAN to me, and that to me it's the opening of Netflix, isn't it? Dan Dan. So ladies and gentlemen, we've got a Dan Dan. This is going to be fun. I am going to enjoy this. Dan Dan. I can't wait. Dan Dan. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've never had a noise as a username before. Oh, Dan Dan. Okie dokie. Moving on then, ladies and gentlemen, from Dan Dan. And we're going to go and look at fifth place. It's a dangerous deck, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Dan Dan and Declan. Dan Dan, Declan. Dangerous deck there. He's doing good, isn't he? My goodness. Sixth place on the grid at the sharp end, ladies and gentlemen. He is using the sharp end of that tool, and he's not cut a finger off yet, so he is doing absolutely superb. So Declan there is in sixth place. Seventh spot, ladies and gentlemen, goes to, you know now, it's Niggleback. Never was a wise man. Never had a... Oh, God almighty. Can that song be any more forgettable? So it's Niggle, ladies and gentlemen. Niggle's back, like I like to say. He shouldn't go anywhere, should he? He shouldn't miss rounds. And then I couldn't say every round, Niggle's back. Never was a wise man. Never had a kuna. That's it. That's about as much of Niggleback I can actually handle. That's all I can get out of my Muppet. Phaser's in eighth, ladies and gentlemen. Phaser, I tell thee what about Phaser. I've got some information about Phaser that Phaser doesn't know. He races too much. He's got to give his PlayStation a break. He is in everything, ladies and gents. It's his replays that we are using. And I go to his page just to make it easy, because I know he's shared the replays. So I go to Phaser's page just to pick up my my replays. Like an addict, I turn up at his back door and say, yo, man, you got those replays for me? You know, the ones, the good shit, the shags, man. You know what I'm talking about. He goes, yeah, bro, I got you. Here. So anyway, he's got flipping replays for almost every single race that URL do. He's got Saturdays, he's got Wednesdays, I think he's got Mondays on there, he's got Sundays on there. It's take a break, Phaser, man. There is more to like. Well, there isn't. You good as you were. Phaser in eighth. Ninth for the Hodge Meister, ladies and gentlemen. Hodgie having a so-so season, which in itself is a headline because he was big news last season, and it just seems like him and the Shag have not cohersed together like we would expect. And, you know, you've got to say he's been very unlucky this season. He's been there and abouts, but there's been one thing or another that sent him into the scenery or himself. But, yeah, the Hodge. A surprise. I really thought the Hodge was going to, when I heard it was a single series, because, I mean, I don't know, how can I say this? The Ford was a little OP last season. The Focus seemed to have an edge on the rest of the field. But the Hodge, in, what was he in? A Lexus, or he was in something obscure. He brought the race to the Focuses. So I thought when they said we're going single series, I thought, I tell you what, I might put 2 buttons on Hodgie for that one. But yeah, so I apologise, Hodgie. I don't mean to deflate you in front of everyone, but yeah, I thought you were going to be absolutely smashing this one. So we'll see how he does next season. Next season's going to be a banger. It is going to be a banger, ladies. I don't even know how we'll talk about it later. We're not going to talk about it on the grid oh, mama, I'm excited about next season. Oh, yeah. Oh, mum, I'm going to make a name for myself here. So, what do we got? We've done Hodgie. Brownie. That's Brownie, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a car I wrecked, is it? I don't recognise the car, but I'm sure he'll probably say, yeah, I turned up every week in that. So, well done. Good observations. I know he's got the Croissant one in the Group 4s, but yeah, maybe I've seen Cup Noodle. Whom knows? But, ladies and gentlemen, Brownie, who's had wins as well this season, starting quite far down. That's how tight this field is. These guys are all fast, and they're starting lowly down the grid. Hawkeye in 11th. Is this going to be the one this race? He's been tarnished with all sorts of issues and problems throughout the season, and can he get something out of this final race? A podium would be an absolute dream boat. And then in 12th is Firepower. He's had an on and off season as well. When he's on it, he's absolutely burning up the tarmac. But when it's not his track or his situation, we see him fading off in the rear dairy air. But I'm sure he's fired up and ready to go. And remember, Firepower has a YouTube channel, and he does cover a great amount of URL racing. So if you cannot get your fix, if you just cannot get enough of your pro sim racers doing pro sim racing, then you've got Slowpoke, you've got Paul E72, you've got Idle for Gaming, you've got Frowny, you've got Firepower, Ruthless Rufus. May I go on? No. I think that's everyone. And if I've forgotten you, I am so sorry. I think that's everyone. That's 6. What more do you want? Right then, that's the grid, ladies and gentlemen. It's the last one. Let's make it count. Look at that shot. Look at that shot. It's got thumbnail written all over it. Right, the light's coming on, ladies and gentlemen. This is time to get serious. We are racing. Come on, guys, let's get it on. Mad Dog off to a great start already, trying to jump at the Rossi on the pole. It's his to lose, and oh my lord, Wayne absolutely lightning quick off of the start there and burns past the Rossi there holding on to that. But no, he's got Muhammad Ali, also a firecracker of a start from Muhammad Ali as he deserts us. And it's a beautiful battle there. Rossi and Slowpoke alongside each other, trying to tussle for position as they try and gain a step on Muhammad Ali, who had an absolutely belter of a start. Now we're going down to the absolutely banging banker hairpin, sorry, and we can usually get some good overtakes, and it looks like Muhammad Ali has taken a detour, ladies and gentlemen, to the side of the track, and he has yielded at least 8 positions there, so 7, shall we say. So Wayne leads now with Slowpoke in second, chasing him down. It is a championship showdown, ladies and gentlemen. Dan is in third place now with Declan behind him. Dangerous Deck giving it his all in the Red Bull Oracle Shaguar, all up and against the off-the-shelf liveried Shag of Dandan. Nigel in 5th now. Nigel absolutely hounding Declan and Dandan with Muhammad Ali. Score already up to 6th, and Rossi has had a big fall as well from pole down to 7th. It's a nightmare of a start, and Hawkeye up to 8th ahead of the Hodge. Brownie in 10th. Hodge looks like he's going to make a move on Hawkeye, but no, nay, he cannot. The Hawkeye defending very well, putting a little wheel off, but it's still enough to stay ahead of the Hodge. Meister, Firepower, taking a detour there and giving up position to Phaser in 11th. Firepower now down into 12th and getting a 1.5 second penalty for his pain. Waney is doing a disappearing act, but Slowpoke is keeping a very close eye on that ball. He's not going to get tricked by the cup game ever again. Dandan is up and into 3rd. He is chasing down the leaders with Declan under threat from Nigel. No, he isn't under threat. He has been threatened. He has been attacked, and now Nigel is in 4th with the deck shaking around there in 5th place. And now Muhammad Ali not sure which way to go, and now he's going backwards. I think unfortunately, and a 1.5 second, but I think Muhammad Ali there, I think he was stressing about the lag. He didn't know which way to go. The car keeps shivering. Look, if you look inboard with the Rossi here, you just don't know what side to take, and it's not Deck's fault. Hey, it's down to Polybologny to get it right. It's their servers. If he's not got a strong enough signal, they shouldn't allow him to be in the game unless it's more fixed, I think. Surely it's the developers. It's not people's own internet. There should be, if it isn't strong enough to be in the lobby on a stable connection, surely it's down to the lobby or the system in place to say that boy can't race. Hey, Kaz, maybe you shouldn't have released them on 2 consoles, eh? Maybe you should have just stuck to a PS5 version and we wouldn't have half the issues that we get. So the Mad Dog then leads the way with Slowpoke still setting chase. Slowpoke is not giving up easily on this championship. Dandan is in 3rd with the Nigel in 4th. We got Declan now in 5th with Rossi Biggie from pole to 8th to 6th. The man is seeing all the positions today, but Hodgie's got a fire, ladies and gentlemen. Hodgie wants to go out in a blaze of blooming glory. That's what Hodgie's got on in his mind, with Brownie right there in his wake in 8th. They've got Hawkeye in 9th with Phaser now in 10th. Firepower moving up to 11th as we saw Muhammad Ali trying to traverse the corner in a rearward direction. It's a new way of taking corners. It doesn't seem to have caught on, and it doesn't seem to be faster. But Muhammad Ali, he is a groundbreaker, ladies and gentlemen. He likes to try new things. The Mad Dog then leads. He's got the fastest lap, and there is no catching him. That is the message coming from the Marmite team. But Slowpoke, he thinks better of that. Let's get on board with Slowpoke, because this is intense, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes in of a 15-minute race, and Slowpoke and Waney Dio Double G are absolutely going for it. Hammer and Tonga. They cancel each other out. They can't. Oh, can Dandan get into the action there? And can Nigel catch the Dandan? Declan then slipping further back now, and he's got Hodgie. Hodgie has just been burned by the Brownie, and then Brownies are burning, but Hodgie coming back. Hodgie not giving up that easily. Side by side for a very fast corner, and they're still side by side with another corner coming. Hodgie's got the apex, and Hodgie claims the position from the Brown Meister. Then we got Biggie right there Biggie's dropped 2 positions as well, and he was in 6th just now, sure. Well, anyway, Hodgie now in 6th. See, this is a hard one. You got to be real on your game to call these races with these guys. They are shifting positions at all times. Hawkeye down to 10th, still ahead of the Firepower, and Muhammad Ali is just about to get it on with the Firepower. Closing in from the rear, Dairy Air, very tight braking zone. Is he going to try and whip it up the inside? And it's, he's just easing there. Yeah, that second part of the braking phase there, I think Firepower has kind of said, yeah, you go. I'm not going side by side with you in the first corner. Screw that. The Mad Dog then leads with Slowpoke on chase. Dan is in third with Niggleback in fourth. Then we got Niggles on his back. Declan there in fifth. Now Declan, remember, canny racer, and I think he's just in wait. He's just hanging about, letting Niggle go and do all the work. Go up against Dan. And then Declan's going to swoop on through for the podium. But look, talking about podiums, Hodgie, like I said, on the grid, wants to go out with a blaze of glory and a lovely deep break into the corner. He survives, but Declan's got the power coming out. But somehow, some way, Hodgie survives, and Declan trying to get around, but he's over the sausages, and that's really disrupted Declan's flow there. And he's got the Brownie and Rossi coming in hard, coming in strong. And Phaser as well is lurking around in the rear derriere, waiting to get some action on. So Brownie on the deck, then Deck losing a bit of power over the curbs there, and now Brownie closing in on Declan. Hodgie is still thereabouts, but he's going to try and swoop up to the rear derriere of Niggle and Dan. Slowpoke still playing shadow to the Mad Dog. Still trying to be big in his mirrors, trying to distract him, trying to do anything to put the dog off his bone. But this dog has got its teeth thoroughly sunk in to that bone, ladies and gentlemen. He's not letting it go. But Slowpoke, it does look like he's crawling ever closer. 23-1 from the Poke last time around, and the Mad Dog at 23-0. It's so close between the two of them, ladies and gentlemen. You could not call it, and a mistake can easily happen as well. At these pace and this speed, it's a qualifying lap after lap, where mistakes can easily happen. We saw Wayne sliding it through that corner there. He is driving on the raggedy edge, trying to keep this car ahead of Slowpoke. Then we've got Dan in third, and he's got Niggle on his back. We've got Hodgie in fifth, closing in. Declan slipping back into Rossi, the pole sitters clutches. He has the pace around here, and he feels like he can get ahead of the deck here. Phaser up to 8th now, with Hawkeye 9th, but he's got Muhammad Ali harassing and haranguing him, and it looks like it's another easy one for Muhammad Ali, coming off of the final corner a lot faster than Hawkeye, getting deep into the braking of the first corner onto the apex, and it is absolutely delicious and delectable to watch Muhammad Ali at work. Hawkeye then following him through in 10th place. We got Brownie in 11th and Firepower in 12th, but it's the Waney of Mad D-O-double-G that leads this race ahead of the Slowpoke, and the Slowpoke still looks like he's getting closer, but I don't think it's any... Oh yeah, Waney dropped about 4/10 to the Poke last time around. Is this it? Is Slowpoke finding an edge on his competitor? They have had a season-long debate over who should be the championship, and all of that debating has been done on track, ladies and gentlemen, and so far it is pretty even Stevens. I think they both have 4 wins each this championship. And Slowpoke then trying to close in with Dan in third, looking good for a podium on his debut in the final round. But Niggleback is closing him in. Hodgie in fifth. Hodgie absolutely driving like the beast has awoken finally this season, and he understands what the Shaguar wants. Rossi has got ahead of the Deck, and Deck at the moment in some kind of free fall as Phaser closes in as well in 8th place. Muhammad Ali on the comeback, ladies and gentlemen, and Hawkeye under threat from the Brownie. Oh, a little mistake from Hawkeye. I think he just had to save his car, and the Brownie was right there just to give him a little love tap on his way. He says, come on, get on with it. And Firepower closing in because Firepower knows he's got the pace to get ahead. Mad Dog then so far 23-2 that last time around, 23-3 from the Poke, but he does look extremely closer than he did before. He certainly does. He's flicking us the purples, ladies and gentlemen. Slowpoke there, 10-11 minutes into the race, 4 minutes left on the clock, and Slowpoke is starting to turn up the pressure. Can the Mad Dog take it? Can he not make, a pressured mistake? Can he handle it? Can he Lando this one, ladies and gentlemen? Lando, I used to use as a mocking term of racing, but after the weekend, yeah, that was a true race of a champion, I've got to say, I've got to admit. And yeah, I can't call this championship now in the F1. And Wayne here has to have a drive like we saw from the Norris at the weekend. And Slowpoke absolutely hanging every corner to try and close in on the Mad Dog. Dan, he's doing okay. He's in third place. He seems to have the measure of Niggle. 23-1 last time around from Dan, and Niggle with a 23-5. So Niggle struggling to find that pace that Dan has at the moment. I'm sorry, it makes me smirk. Rossi, hey, that's why I'm doing this, to make me laugh. So to amuse me. Rossi then in fifth, pole sitter, I know, but still it's been a gallant drive. Some reason, some way, he ended up further back in the pack. We didn't quite see what the bejeebers happened to him, but yes, he ended up down in the murky lower distillery of the pack, and he had to really yank his way up through them, and now he's blazing a light in fifth. He's got past Hodgie somehow. Hodgie 24.9, 23.3. So yeah, Rossi on the up, because Hodgie slipped a little bit somewhere. Declan now in seventh. It's getting worse. Well, he was in seventh. It's Fazer closing in, isn't it? Fazer fancying his chances against the deck. And the deck just oh, his tyre wear is just a little bit worse than Fazer, but he's probably feeling it a bit more. He's probably conscious of it, probably a little nervous going into the corners. You mean, they are pretty break and squirt corners, so it's you know, the grip is quite a big deal. And Fazer just closing in and putting on the pressure for the deck at the moment. Hodgie chasing down Biggie. He wants that position back. Niggle trying to catch Dan. But Dan is on a flyer, and Slowpoke, oh my word, ladies and gentlemen, Slowpoke is all up and about Wayne's business. He's doing his taxes, ladies and gentlemen. He's auditing him. Where are we? We are coming up to 14 minutes. We are virtually on the final lap. Next lap, I am saying, is final lap. So the Poke has to do something soon, and he is up all about the Waney. And Waney there is just clinging on to the lead as they come around that final corner with plenty of time to start another lap. The Skyjacker in the chat saying, hi D-ho. HV loving stuff. How's it hanging? It's all good, bro. It's all good. Waney then leads from the Poke as they go on to their final lap. Dan securing that third place. I don't think the Niggle is going to be able to catch him now. Rossi in fifth, and he is shaking off the Hodgie. He's got a bit of gappage. He's got the gappage he needs to get around. Oh my word, what happened? Dan must have made a small mistake, and Niggle is all up and about his business, and Dan now has to play survival. Slowpoke, he's not quite as close to the Waney as he was as they come down. We'll watch it, because this is, he's too far back to make the move in the Banksy hairpin, and he's got to wait a little bit. Dan then, he looks like he's just about survived from the Niggle. Niggle's all up and around his hairy bit, but now Dan survives and moves on with his life. Rossi there is in fifth with Hodgie in sixth. We've got Declan under threat from Fazer. Fazer been following Declan now for a couple of laps, and he'll be dying to get by him with Muhammad Ali in ninth. He's had a bit of unluckiness in this race. Brownie in 10th, Firepower in 11th, Hawkeye in 12th, and here we go then as they come up and around the final two corners. It's Waney ahead of the Slowpoke. This is all about the championship, ladies and gentlemen, and Waney pulls his wins up to 5 versus 4 for the Slowpoke, and it's Waney the Madio Double G with Slowpoke in second. Dan is in third, and Niggle just about staving off Rossi there in fifth, Hodgie in sixth, Declan surviving that onslaught from Fazer for 7th place, Fazer in 8th, Muhammad Ali, an unlucky race for him in 9th, the Brownie comes home in 10th. And Firepower, unfortunately got Hawkeye, not for Firepower, but for Hawkeye. He was having a good race then, and Hawkeye comes in 12th. Whoa! Wow. Hope that whet your appetites, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got a 30-minute race just like that coming your way. So the Mad Dio Double G takes the win in the sprint, ladies and gentlemen. Slowpoke shadowing him all the way, and at one point was climbing into his boot and giving me palpitations, but in the end could only come second. Dan, what a debut here this season with a podium, and the Niggle gave it all, ladies and gentlemen, especially that final lap right up and inside Dan's business, but Dan somehow survived. Rossi, he pulled it, he pushed to the back, and then he came through, ladies and gentlemen, and he came home in 5th place. I am sure he is inconsolable, but for us here in the commentary box, we found it rather entertaining. So a huge thank you to Big E. Hodgie, he was there, wasn't he? He was flying earlier on, making his way up through the pack. And I think a small mistake there let Rossi through. But other than that, a flawless race from the Hodge Meister. Declan in 7th. What can we say? I think tyre wear was his issue there. I think he just struggled from lap 8 onwards with a bit of grippage and a lot of pressure from Phaser, who just couldn't quite get by the deck in the end. Muhammad Ali, he's tried the corners all sorts of ways, sideways, backwards, and up your mummy. But he ends up in 9th place. Brownie in 10th with Firepower coming home in 11th. And Hawkeye there in 12th. Right then, we've got a 30-minute race just like that one coming your way. Do not move. Whew, man alive. That was epic, ladies and gentlemen. That was really high octane. I'm going to miss the shags, you know. It's been a good season. I've really enjoyed it, I've got to say. Got my teeth really into it. It's been a bit of fun. And it's been a really tight series as well. We've, like I said, I think there's been about 6 winners this season and multiple winners at that. It's so it's not flukes. It's just been one of those seasons. It's really hit a chord. Oh, that's such a great shot, I've got to say. Is that the best thing about Lego Majorca? A lot of people don't like. They used to like it on Sport. It's a real weird thing. I know a few people who really liked it on Sport and think it lost something on 7, where even though it just feels to me like it's exactly the same. But yeah, some people feel that it's not quite the same game, same track as it was. But I don't get that. It's still fun for me. Oh man, I'm thirsty. And I've got no hot brew because, oh my God. Oh. I had to wait for someone, and I had a free coffee on the app, Costa app. So I got a large Costa, and then I had to down it while it was still hot. I absolutely burnt my esophagus, because then I had to go into Wetherspoons for dinner, and they wouldn't appreciate me walking in with a huge bucket of Costa. So I had to down that bugger, and then I went in and had another coffee. So I've not bothered with the hot brew, because I am absolutely all out of that. I think that's probably what my heat thing is. I'm just probably having a come down from caffeine or something. So right, let's have another bit of this energy drink and just keep it topped up, shall we? Reet. I'm sure it's a reverse grid, so let's have a quick look. Hawkeye starting on the hard tyre. Firepower in 2nd, also starting on the hard tyre. Brownie starts on the softs in 3rd. So Brownie, we should see after a couple of corners, because it takes a couple of corners for the tyres to warm up. We should see Brownie starting to attack the 2 ahead of him, and he's going to hope to try and break away from the pack and build a gap up. Muhammad Ali starting on the hard tyre. We've got Phaser starting on the hard tyre. Declan is starting on the soft, but he's got a lot of traffic ahead of him. He's going to have to hope he can clear that quite rapidly without delay, because he's got to get the best out of those tyres early doors, and you want a nice clear track and try and just get them laps in while they're still fresh. Hard tyres for the Hodgie in 7th. We've got Rossi starting on the hard tyres in 8th. We've got Niggle at the back in 9th on hard tyres. Then we've got Dan in 10th on the soft tyres. Dan now usually find them further at the back They don't we have seen Slowpoke actually go for soft tyres near the back, but usually on a hole further back they like the hard tyres, and then they don't have traffic issues. Soft tyres for Dandan. He is really going to try and burn through that pack, isn't he? Slowpoke starting with the hard tyres, and the Mad Dog, like I said, likes to start on those soft tyres. So Dandan and Waney hoping to get through the traffic rather swiftly. And why not? Because hard tyres around here is suicide. You need grip. So, yeah, it's going to be a hard one for some of these guys, or all of these guys, whilst on hard tyres, especially when they're cold. Let's get those lights on and off and racing. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, a slow start from the Hawkeye there, and Firepower a lot quicker off of the line, and Hawkeye then takes the lead. Firepower, sorry, takes the lead, and Hawkeye still maintaining second. I thought Brownie now. Remember, Brownie's going to be waiting for those tyres to come in. No, not Grahamad Ali. Absolute flyer for Grahamad Ali, up into second so far, and he's just got Firepower ahead of him with Hawkeye to one side. But now the Brownie's tyres should be starting to get into a nice tepid temperature for them to start activating the grip. Oh, we just saw Rossi in the rear, Dairy Air going straight. Oh my God, it looks like we're going to have a safety car situation. Let us see. Oof, oh, Dandan. It looks to me like Dandan hit a barrier just ahead. Excuse me. So here we go. Oh, Dandan there, just getting a slide on. He didn't even hit the barrier, but he got a slide on. And Waney and Rossi gets gathered up by him, and Slowpoke, for some reason, is already behind these guys. And he's slowing down, so it must be a safety car situation. He's waiting for Rossi to line himself up, and then he's moving on. So yeah, I'm guessing we are under a safety car situation. I tell you, that'll be handy for those with the penalty. So Firepower leading them around, roughly around about 80 miles an hour until the pack closes back up again. Grahamad Ali in that second place. Brownie, this is giving him a little extra for life on those tyres. If he's not burning them straight away, so it's good for Brownie. It means he can go a little longer on the soft tyres at this point. Phaser in fourth, Hawkeye fifth, Declan sixth. We got Niggle in seventh, Hodgie in eighth. He's got a 3-second penalty for some reason. Waney the Mad Dog in ninth, Dandan in 10th, Slowpoke in 11th. It didn't have anything to do with that accident, so I'm not sure what happened to the Poke early on. And Rossi as well, we saw him just a passenger as he careered into Dandan. So there looks like the pack's closing up. The onus now will be onto the leader for when he wants to race, and it looks like he's racing already. It looks like we are away, and Grahamad Ali and Firepower chasing each other down. Brownie there on the soft tyre, trying to get the heat back up as Phaser starting to look around his rear derriere, but Hawkeye as well is on it like a car bonnet. They are going, aren't they? I don't know. It looked like they were going fast down the straight. Yeah, he's going 130. I'm pretty sure it's 80 for racing. So these guys are definitely racing. So yeah, they are, for heaven's sakes. Brownie in third, and Phaser, just because I thought Brownie would be absolutely pulling away from these guys, but Phaser is staying with him with those hard tyres, and it surprised me. I thought the soft tyres would be lit up by now and he would be flying. Declan then in, so no, see, Firepower still looks like he's going slow. So is it another safety car? Have they had some more offagers? Rossi, Slowpoke. Maybe they all didn't get the message, and when Firepower went, so they've slowed them back down again. Maybe, possibly, a double safety car situation we got here. It did look a bit odd. It looked like some of them were on it and some of them were still going a bit slow. So, yeah. We're 3 minutes into this race, lap 2. Under safety car conditions at the moment. Firepower is like I said, the onus is on him for when the race starts. It looks like the pack is all pretty much closed up now. Oh, maybe they were going around to get the penalties out of the way. Yeah, I reckon they were going around to get the penalties out of the way. It looks like everyone spent their penalties. Yeah, there you go. That'll be my guess, I reckon, because there were unfair penalties for hitting walls and stuff. So they probably said, can we just not go around again, get the penalties done, and then get racing? So Firepower then, I'm sure, is going to absolutely plant it. He has, down the straight, up to the first corner. Muhammad Ali trying to stay with him, and here we go, Brownie with those soft tyres, having a sniff and a whiff already up the inside of Muhammad Ali, but Muhammad Ali is not playing today. Oh, Muhammad Ali's car slipping and sliding around, and down we saw Nickelback having a bit of an issue with those hard tyres. I told you, it was suicide round here on hard tyres. No one listens to me, do they? Slowpoke up to 8th already. Fantastic for the Slowpoke at that restart. He was at the back of the back of the back. Well, maybe not, because Rossi's through as well. Hodgie, Hawkeye. Hawkeye's had a slip, and obviously Nigel has had a slip to the back. So we got Firepower still leading from Brownie. Brownie getting past Grahamad, but we saw Grahamad squirreling out of the corner as we did there for Dandan. The hard tyre. Oh no, Dandan's on the softs. I was going to say, those hard tyres are an absolute liability here. And Phaser trying to go over the inside with a grip issue, and he thinks better of that one, and Dandan survives that, and now Phaser has the Marmite Mad Dog all up and about his business, and there you go, Wayne makes short work of that with his soft tyres, and he is through and past the Phaser. Slowpoke next on the list of people knocking on Phaser's door. Then we got the Hodgie in 9th, we got Rossi in 10th, we got Hawkeye in 11th, and we got Nigel in 12th, but Brownie now up and against the lead. Brownie on those soft tyres, he is going to run and hide. Muhammad Ali trying to keep the Declan at bay, but Declan on those soft tyres as well, and he's going to want the same as Brownie. He wants to get out of it and get away with it. And Brownie and Muhammad Ali are both on 3 wins each, I'm sure. Didn't Brownie win one and Muhammad Ali last round? It was 1 each, and it's they both needed... They were both on 2 wins or something, so it put them on 3 wins each. It was awesome. I loved it. So Declan then on those soft tyres, and Dandan is up and through into 3rd as well. Muhammad Ali is the top hard runner with Firepower on hards, also with Wayne the Mad Dog not quite coming through as swift as he like on those soft tyres. Firepower was the leader of the race, with Muhammad Ali going through, and now the soft runners are all up and about and free air. That is the key for Brownie, Declan, and oh, Dandan. Where's Dandan? Dandan slipping behind the deck. No, Dandan now coming through up against Declan there. Dangerous Declan then on those soft tyres, just yielding a little bit to Dandan. And why would you want to lose time? I mean, racing on the softs is a fool's folly, ladies and gentlemen. They need to work together. They need to get to, you know, just give each other space and let each other get on with their races on the soft tyres, because there's going to be a heap of people who are going to be on their 6 at the end of this race on soft tyres when they are on the hard tyre. So Muhammad Ali ahead of Wayne pulling off the move on those soft tyres. Absolutely delicious, delectable and delightful from the Mad Dog there. He is on the faster tyre, remember, but still it was a nice move. Muhammad Ali in 5th, we've got Slowpoke in 6th. This is the real race, ladies and gentlemen, the hard tyres. And I think, you know, those soft... Oh, Phaser's picked himself up a penalty, and Firepower is... I mean, Rossi is there for it, and hopefully Firepower possibly can get in this action. Where is Phaser? He has. He's down there. And here comes Nigel and Firepower. Nigel absolutely has launched the Domino Carrier into another realm, because he was at the very back. And now he is up and into 9th place and getting on with it on the hard tyre. Phaser then with the penalty slipping down into 10th, and Firepower, he's in his line of fire now, ladies and gentlemen. He's in his scope. And Hawkeye in 12th, still in the fight. And fighting hard, ladies and gentlemen, fighting very hard, side by side with Firepower in there, but I think he just was a little polite coming out of it. Brownie then trying to build up a gap, but Dandan is chasing him down. Dandan, the fastest man out there at the moment. Good for Dandan. And Declan is chasing him down in 3rd place. I'm sorry, Dandan. I could say Dandforn. Dandfen, would you prefer? Dandan's fun. Come on, let's go with Dandan for a while until he tells me I'm not allowed to. Declan in 3rd. I was always waiting for Mad Dog to say no, more Mad D-O-G-G, please. But he hasn't ever said no. So all the time he says he doesn't say anything. I'm calling him names. Muhammad Ali in 5th. Slowpoke in 6th. And Slowpoke and Muhammad Ali going great guns at the moment. Slowpoke has been nothing but in the races today. He is going to feel this one the next day. He's going to have to get the ice packs out on those shoulders. Oh, yellow flag. Someone. Oh, is it Phaser? Why did we get a yellow flag? Oh, it's the Mad Dio Double G. Ladies and gentlemen, coming out the Banksy hairpin. And he just asked a little too much from the shag you are. And then that lets most of the field through. And Nigel didn't know which way to go there, did he? He was coming up the hill and he thought he jinked one way and another. So, oh, Mad Dog, not happy. Not a happy soldier. And again, the car careering all over the place. He's got a championship to think about. And in the meantime, Dan takes the lead ahead of Declan with Brownie slipping back. Brownie has slipped back. Unbelievable stuff. So Dan now leads this race. But he's lost the fastest lap. Wayne, the Mad Dio Double G's just taken that. With Brownie in third and Slowpoke getting ahead of Muhammad Ali. We've had a manic 5 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a real shuffle about. The dealer has stepped up and shuffled the deck. And Muhammad Ali now is following the poke around. Hodgie with the Rossi all up and about his rear derriere, and Nigel again another position for Nigel. He was the 9th one, he's up to 8th now. Phaser, Firepower, Hawkeye. Oh yes, because the Mad Dog slipping down the order as Hawkeye has a moment as well. And like I said, hard tyres around Lago Maggiore is not the wisest of things to do. There isn't much grip there anyway, and hard tyres give you nout. And there you see that fight between Slowpoke. Oh no! Oh no, this is really who can stay on the tarmac with the hard tyre. As we see the battle heating up between Muhammad Ali and Slowpoke. Slowpoke coming out of the corner and just a whiff of dust. And he is destination F, ladies and gentlemen. Slowpoke will be absolutely cursing. But good for us, it means him and the Mad Dog take up the fight at the back. Now Dan is leading this race with Declan in second and the Brownie in third. The soft runners absolutely trying to tear away from the pack for when they have to put the hard tyre on. It's lap 7. We are 10 minutes into the 30-minute race, and Muhammad Ali, Big Rossi, none of these have even a sniff at the pit stops. They're going to look at when these top 3 pit, I guess, and get a rough idea. I mean, the tyres, they're pretty much burnt, aren't they? They are cooked. They are cooked. They're not cooking. Although Brownie still has his in play. He seems to still have a little bit of meat on that tyre, where the deck and Dan have cut theirs down to their virtual end of life. Muhammad Ali getting a reprieve there from the poke as the Slowpoke slinging it at the scenery. And Muhammad Ali, he knows that feeling from the first race, I'm sure. Is in fourth at the moment, being chased by pole sitter of the first race, Biggie Rossi, and he's on a tear, ladies and gentlemen. Hodgie in sixth. Hodgie was going great guns in that first race. He knows how to get this Jaguar around the Lake Major, and Nigel as well on his way with Phaser in eighth. We got Firepower in ninth. The Mad Dog and Hawkeye going side by side, and it'll be Wayne and the tyres coming through as Hawkeye tries to give him a race, but on those hard tyres it's going to be a tough call. Slowpoke having a mare, a small thing turning into something so big. Who would have thunk it? Hoo-wee, sir. We're not even halfway. This race is an absolute banger. So Dan leads from, Brownie's got himself past the deck now. Deck is really struggling. He is really going to have to consider that set of hard tyres. And only on lap 9, 12 and a half minutes. By the time he gets to the pits, it's going to be about 14 minutes. I'm pretty sure, looking at those hard tyres, they can go way over halfway in this race. Now we've got to consider fuel, but the fuel is looking not too bad. We're not halfway, and they have used over half of the fuel, so the tank doesn't quite make the race. But it's just a quick top-up, you know what I mean? I don't think people are going to struggle with the fuel. The tyres are wearing out before the fuel. Maybe the hard runners probably would have liked a bit more fuel, but they could lift and coast if they really wished. Biggie in fifth, really starting to loom large in Muhammad Ali's mirrors. So Biggie going for a push mid-race on those hard tyres. Dandan is leading from the Brownie. Declan struggling with his tyres. I think we're going to see him coming in. Oh, just a slight nudge with the barrier. And Biggie has picked himself up a humongous 1.5 second penalty with the Hodge right in his wake. I nearly bit my tongue then. The Hodge right in his wake. And ready to pick up the pieces. Fazer in 7th with Firepower in 8th. He's also had a nudge with the barrier. Now here we go. There we go. Brownie's in, and so is the deck. Dandan staying out. Dandan, he's risking it with those tyres. We've seen people do it this series before, and they'll get halfway round and find themselves facing the wrong way. So fingers crossed for the Dandan there, being very brave with a very used set of tyres. Muhammad Ali moves up and into 2nd place with the pit stops starting to happen. Biggie not quite paying that penalty yet, and Hodgie already closing in for the kill. Anytime now around this straight, we're going to see the 1.5 seconds be shed off of Rossi's time, and Hodgie then swings by, swoops through, and salutes as he goes by. Rossi down to 4th. Fazer up to 5th now with all the pits. Nigel in 6th. We've got Firepower in 7th, paying a 1.5 second penalty, and the Mad Dog is closing in, maybe already by. Mad Dog still going around on those soft tyres. Firepower in 8th now. Brownie out of the pits in 9th on hards, ahead of Declan. Importantly, ahead of Declan. Now Brownie. Oh, there's a yellow. Oh, Nigel, you son of a gun. He's had another one, ladies and gents, and this is, oh, it's already happened. It could happen to anyone. So this is the place, isn't it? This is the jeopardy. This is where we're seeing a lot of the drivers just going a little wide there, and they're trying to crawl out of it, but the Jag doesn't have it. It says, no, sir. No. If we're going off properly. Don't half-arse it. We're going to do it big time. You know, Thingamajig loves to watch us struggle. I'm watching you, Nigel, don't you worry. So the deck then, that's a position. He's just made his pit stops. He'll be happy. Dandan into the pits. He made it around just about. Tore the tyres up a right tree. Muhammad Ali continues on the hard tyres, looking absolutely delectable. Now remember, so only just 15 minutes into the race, the soft tyres. These guys, so they could pit now. They could pit. The tyres could last. I mean, they've won a couple more. I'd probably wait until around about 18 minutes for optimum soft tyre usage. But yeah, it looks like now all of the soft runners are in. Everyone on the field is going to be on the hard tyres, as Dandan, Waney and Firepower coming in on hard tyres. He's going for the softs, early softs. This could be a big one, ladies and gentlemen. Firepower might be scaring a couple of the big names here, as Declan out. And where did Dandan come out? Dandan come out ahead of the Nigel. We saw Nigel having a slight off, and Declan on a fresh set of hard tyres, so he's behind Dandan. And they're both behind the Brownie. Brownie having an absolute banger there. And yeah, Dandan staying out for that extra lap has really hurt him there. But he does. But I don't think it makes any difference having a lap less on the hard tyres. It isn't going to make any difference at the end of this race. So yeah, the Brownie getting track position with the earlier stop, the undercut. Fazer's up to 4th now, but has yet to pit. Rossi is in 3rd. His fuel is flashing. He needs to pit. Hodgie still got a lap or 2 of fuel, and they want lovely fresh ones. Muhammad Ali. Rossi goes into the bits. Muhammad Ali, he's going around on the vapours, but enough to get around, I'm pretty sure. Fazer again, but you know, we're 17 minutes virtually into this race. The soft tyre, I think, can easily get to the end. But these guys staying out on the hards, taking no gambles. Dandan in 7th. And there goes Slowpoke. Slowpoke thinks it's time, and so does the Rossi for the soft tyre. Dandan up to 5th then, behind the Brownie, and Fazer yet to pit. Hodgie yet to pit, and Muhammad Ali yet to pit. This is fascinating stuff. We saw it didn't work for Dandan. These guys that have come in for the soft tyre. Where are we? Rossi's the first one out. Rossi He's going to get an absolute flying lap in on Muhammad Ali and Hodgie and Fazer on the soft tyre. Hawkeye or still on the hard tyre. Waney is now on the hard tyre. Slowpoke and is on the softs, just ahead of Firepower, who we saw come in a lot earlier, and he's got to jump on the Niggle, who's now on the hard tyre. Was he on the softs? He wasn't on the softs. He's made a mistake. Oh yeah, he's on the softs. Sorry. It takes a minute to change, doesn't it? Sorry, yeah. So Niggle's now on the softs, but so is Firepower, and so is the Poke. Mad Dog on the hards, and he's got quite a gap, but it's quite a big place for them to catch up. Now Muhammad Ali in, and Hodgie. It looks like they've driven to their fuel tanks, as is the Fazer. So Brownie should retake the lead. He should. He should. But he's going to have a lot of fast people behind him on soft tyres. This is why they had to build up a buffer at the very beginning. They couldn't be held up. Those 3 laps under the safety car probably haven't helped. And Dan then up into second. Muhammad Ali on his way out with the softs, finds himself behind Rossi on the softs with that earlier stop, and it has paid dividends for Rossi. Biggie, let's hear it for the boys. And Muhammad Ali is going to have to get some real racing done and an overtake done. Declan in 5th, but he's on the hard tyre. He's going to find it very difficult to stay with the guys ahead of him, and Hodgie, I believe, should be able to get by Declan rather swiftly. This is the problem with the early running on the soft tyre. Now they're on the hard tyre against these guys on softer tyres, and there you go. There's the Hodgie pulling the move on Declan. Slipped down to 6. Now Dan and Brownie. It's squeaky bum time for them guys, because they are just going to try and survive and race each other. As Dan comes up, Brownie must have made a mistake there, because Dan is all up and about him, and Brownie, there is no room for mistakes here in this race. You've got 10.5 minutes to try and cling on, and already Dan is through, and Brownie in second, but he's got Rossi coming at him on the soft tyres with Muhammad Ali on the soft tyres. They've just got to hope those soft tyres burn out before the end of the race. I mean, I said, oh yeah, there's more than enough time to go on the soft tyres. I forgot they had 3 slow laps at the beginning under safety car conditions. So Rossi already up and into second place, chasing down Dan. And then we got Muhammad Ali coming through as well on the Brownie, trying to race Rossi on those soft tyres, as they indeed try and race Dan and Brownie. Unbelievable scenes we are seeing here at Lago Maggiore for the final round. We are 20 minutes into a 30-minute race, and the lead is changing hand left, right, and, well, it hasn't changed hand yet, but every position behind the lead is swapping around. Rossi closing in into the Banksy hairpin. It's going to be a late break, and up the inside, Rossi, does he fancy it? No, he just pulls that nose out. He pulls up, ladies and gentlemen, and Muhammad Ali is going to get a run up the hill on the Ross Meister. This is the problem. He's got to be concise with his overtake. He cannot back out of it, because Muhammad Ali is there to gobble it up, and the Hodgie also to back him up. So the racing is strong, the racing is hard, and the racing is absolutely on the edge here at the Ultimate Racing League, ladies and gentlemen. And Dan is doing all he can to keep the crowd behind, but there is nothing holding back this tidal wave, ladies and gentlemen. Rossi, Muhammad Ali, and the Hodge on the soft tyre, trying to find a way by Dan. And here we go, it's a tight corner, it's a late break from Rossi. Can he make the apex? He does. He holds on, but Dan is all up and about his rear derriere, and Rossi is on the outside. Oh, a little wiggle, and it gives Dan the position back. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Take a breath. Breathe, just keep breathing. Dan, Rossi, Muhammad Ali, and the Hodge all hard at it for the lead. Dan on the hard tyres, trying to keep him at bay. Rossi again going for a move down into the big Banksy. This is hard to defend, ladies and gentlemen, and we can see that Rossi there goes ahead. And this, could it be a sweet payoff for not converting the pole into a win? Can he bring the Jag home in first place in the feature? I do not want to do any kind of commentating curse, as Dan still has a fight on his hands here, and Muhammad Ali around the outside, side by side. Dan will not be deterred. Dan will not be removed. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan, what a debut. What an absolute banging debut for the Dan here in the Jaguar Series. But that one was a little off. He had a wheel off there, and that has got to hand Muhammad Ali the position. No, Muhammad Ali just doesn't want it. Late breaks into the first corner, and Hodgie takes a chance as well. And unfortunately for Dan, he's coming back though. He won't stop, will he? Unfortunately for Dan, those hard tyres were a tough one to take, and Hodgie hanging out the shag quite far, but somehow managing to stay in the right direction. Muhammad Ali into second, and Rossi there trying to convert his earlier pole into at least some win today. Unbelievable stuff. Dan in fourth. Declan has made his way up to fifth. Great stuff for Declan, as Fazer now fighting with the Brownie. Fazer on those soft tyres, and he'll be hunting for the deck as well. Remember, Fazer was stuck behind the Declan for umpteen laps in that first 15-minute race. So Fazer also looking for a little redemption in this round. Brownie, unfortunate for him. The soft choice in the beginning. You've really got to build, Wayne's shown us, you've really got to build up quite a buffer. All those soft tyre cars come flying at you. The Mad Dog then having a so-so race, but he's ahead of Slowpoke, which is the most important part. Firepower in 10th, the Niggle in 11th, and Hawkeye in 12th. My words. Are you all okay out there? I'm sorry. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's all right. There's only three of us. And I think one of them's me. So there's only two of us. We're all right. Deep breaths. Rossi leads from Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali's the fastest man on the track. We have got just over 5 more minutes of racing in this league altogether, until they change to the Lancia the new one, the rally one. Lancia Delta Integral. But it's good fun. It looks good. Rossi then is leading from Muhammad Ali, who is the fastest man on the track, and he's looking to take that win. And he'll oh no, because Wayne's already won one, so he's 5 wins. Slowpoke's on 4 wins. Muhammad and Brownie are on 3 wins. So is it? Yeah, I'm sure it was Brownie who grabbed the 3rd win. So Muhammad Ali wants to draw even on Slowpoke's wins. Hodgie is in 3rd. Let's not forget Hodgie. What a race Hodgie's had, and he's got itself. He's going out in a blaze of glory, and Dan on those hard tyres. He'll be hoping that those soft tyres in the next lap or two absolutely bullet themselves. How are they doing? Oh, Muhammad is half worn. Oh, Rossi is leaning on his very heavily. Rossi is looking like tyre wear might become his issue very soon, and we're seeing Muhammad Ali closing in at 24.0 for Rossi that last time around, and Muhammad Ali at 23.3. It's 7/10 faster, ladies and gents. Muhammad Ali is now starting to really spool Rossi in, and Hodgie there, his tyre wear so-so. It's all right. It's better than the guys ahead of him, I think. And there we got Dan hoping that all of their tyres go off and they all crash. Declan under threat from Fazer. Fazer trying for sweet redemption from the first race. He looked at the rear of that car for at least 6 laps, and he doesn't want to look at it for another lap at all. He's on the softer tyre. He has a grip advantage, but he also has to consider that those tyres need to get him to the end of the race, so he could burn them up trying to get past the deck and end up flapping around in the final lap. So Fazer has to be calculated about this. He cannot take a risk. He cannot burn his tyres to try and get past the deck, because they've got to last him up until the checkered flag. Brownie in 7th, with the Mad Dog in 8th, ahead of the Poke in 9th. Firepower in 10th. His tyres are hurting. He was one of the first to pit, and we're seeing 3 minutes from the end his tyres are in a state, but he's ahead of the Niggle, whose tyres are also in a bit of a state. Hawkeye, he may catch those guys, but there is a bit of a chasm between himself and the two ahead. Muhammad Ali, oh, I'm sorry, Muhammad Ali. How many? Oh, Rossi went wide, ladies and gents. The tyres just too much for Biggie. He's doing his best to try and maintain, but as you see, Muhammad Ali with a clear grip advantage, and Rossi's lucky not to pick up a 1.5 second penalty for that one. I'm sure he had a little knock with the barrier. So Muhammad Ali then goes ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and this will take his win tally, I believe, to 4. The same as Slowpoke. Biggie then chasing him up, but the Hodgie is there as well, and Hodgie's tyres are in a better condition than Rossi. Rossi's struggling with the tyres in this phase of the race, but Rossi also having fuel issues. OMG. Oh dear. Oh no. That's a problem, ladies and gents. I don't think that fuel's going to get him to the end. I honestly don't think he's going to have to lift and coast a lot. Hodgie then all up and about his business, and he's soon going to be by Rossi, because Rossi just doesn't have the fuel to get to the end. Rossi's just straight lining all the corners now. He's like, I can't turn corners, I can't burn the fuel. Dan then. There could still be a podium in the cards for Dan. What a cruel twist of fate, ladies and gentlemen. Poor old Rossi, the heart feels for him. You've got to feel for him. That win was looking good and deserved, but the fuel and the tyres have gone against him, and now Dan is cruising up to the rear of him. As you can see, Rossi having to fuel save. He doesn't want to pit. He's obviously decided he's got a better chance of a position if he coasts to the end. We are 2 minutes away. Can he do it? Can he squeeze that fuel tank out to the end? It's a long one. He's got another lap after this one. So Muhammad Ali moving rapidly away from the Hodge. These two starting to struggle with those tyres. Can Dan get back into this race? He's got another lap to find out. It's tight. It's tight. Muhammad Ali crossed the line. Do you know what? Muhammad Ali might reach the line for a parade lap. Hodgie in second, Dan in third, and Biggie there with fuel issues. Declan as well, he's got fuel flashing, but I think he's all right. Phaser with a penalty, and he's dropped back from the deck. Fuel, the tyres too much. Can the Mad Dog close in on him? But we're talking about that. Has Mad Dog got past Brownie? Brownie might have to be conserving fuel to the end as well. And Slowpoke have caught the two of them up on his soft tyres. Slowpoke, he could still get the move done here. He's looking at Brownie. He's got Brownie done as Brownie lifts and coasts with his fuel. Can he close in on the Mad Dog? Unbelievable stuff. A turn of fate here in the race with Slowpoke there trying to get himself ahead of the Mad Dio double G. Brownie in 9th, Firepower in 10th. His tyres totally shot. Hawkeye gonna catch him. He's caught Niggle. Niggle's had to make a pit stop. He's got a penalty, and he's just doing donuts because it's the last race, and why the hell not? So Muhammad Ali, he does look like he's going to do a lap all by himself, or is Hodgie going to get across the line as well? Hodgie's going to get across the line. We are going to get a Muhammad Ali and Hodgie showdown in the final lap. Dan get across. Dan gets across as well, ladies and gentlemen. And Declan would rather not though, because his fuel is absolutely on the edge. And now Rossi slows down because he doesn't want to do another one. Oh no! Rossi loses. He has to do the lap as well. Slowpoke finishes in 7th. Brownie in 8th. Phaser in 9th. Firepower, he's going to finish in 10th unless Hawkeye can close in. Oh, poor. He does. Hawkeye, look at this. Brilliant stuff from Hawkeye. Getting himself up into 10th place. A great race for the Hawkeye there. Fantastic stuff. Dubal. Firepower in 11th. Niggles some way back. But, poor old Rossi slowed down. And both Waney went past him and got another lap in, and his fuel's quite low. Dan, can he close up on these guys? No, it looks like it's a done deal here as the Muhammad Ali brings it through the final corners. Oh man, that was manic going over the line there with the flag out. and Rossi trying to slow down for it, and it just didn't pay off for him. It was past 30 minutes. He should have done. If I was him, I'd ask for that lap back. So Muhammad Ali then goes up to the line, takes the checkered flag for his 4th win this season. Beautiful stuff. Hodgie second, going out with a bang, and Dan there with a podium. Great drive from Dan. Wayne's got himself past the deck. Did Deck run out of fuel? Oh, Deck there, just running out of fuel in the final corner, and Wayne just on vapours, closing in and managing to get the move done. Just about on the deck. Unfortunate for Declan. How far? Oh, Rossi's run out of fuel as well, hasn't he? So Wayne then brings it home for 4th. Fantastic stuff in the end for Wayne. I bet he can't believe his luck. He picked up 2 positions there on the line and around the lap with people running out of fuel. And it looks like he's run out of fuel now as he crosses the line. Great stuff from the Mad Dio Double G, 4th. Declan crawling on home for 5th. It's a good position though. Could have been 4th, but the fuel just didn't make it. And yeah, what can you say? Your fuel runs out. It's painful. You've just got to bring it on home. And Rossi as well. Poor Rossi. It looked like the wind was on, and he thought he was going to maintain 6th or something. But Wayne just whipped it by him on the line, and it still didn't count him as a finish, even though it has gone half past 30 minutes. I mean, and there we go. Rossi then is paying for us all to see. Wowzers, oh wowzers, oh wows. People of the YouTube universe. Who did we lose? 12. Oh, did Nickelback leave? Yeah, Nickelback didn't want to finish that last lap. So Muhammad Ali then in a race, a topsy-turvy race, that one. That was something, wasn't it, ladies and gents? That was a cracker. A topsy-turvy race there, with Muhammad Ali taking the win ahead of the Hodge. There's Carvin saying crazy race. It was. Hodgie then getting himself a 2nd there, ending the season on a high, and hopefully we'll see him in the Lancia Delta next season. Dan, what a great debut. 2 podiums, wasn't it? So a great drive there for Dan, and for 3rd. Wayne coming back. It looked like it was over for him. It looked like it was all done and dusted, but he come back in this race and grabbed himself 4th place. Declan in 5th. The Rossi, unfortunately, finishing in 6th after the lead-in, and Slowpoke in 7th. Brownie coming home in 8th, another one that was leading, and 9th for Phaser. He was trying to chase Deck down. Declan ended up finishing in 5th, so I don't know how Phaser did. Phaser run out of fuel as well. It looks like it at 31.8 that last lap and at 28.8. So yeah, looks like he was conserving fuel at the end there. Hawkeye, God, he could have caught Phaser then. Hawkeye finishing in 10th, Firepower in 11th, and Niggle back as left. Right then, the moment we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. That's a terrible camera, isn't it? Because of the sheen, the sun sheen. Oh my God, everyone's got a bit of it. So the championship then, ladies and gentlemen, how does it end? I hear you ask. It's been hard fought all for the last 10 rounds. We've had so many winners, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is how your championship ended up. At the top of the table on 301 points, ladies and gentlemen, your new champion of League 2 Wednesday Night Racing is Matteo Double G. He's double championed it, ladies and gentlemen. He's continued on from last season as champion. Well done to the Mad Dog. Slowpoke coming in second on 281 points. Muhammad Ali giving him a run for his money on 267 points. Then we have Biggie in 4th on 226 points. Hodgie finished 5th on 212 points. The Brownie finished in 6th on 190 points. Niggle finished in 7th on 181 points. Then we've got Phaser in 8th on 179 points. Very tight for him and Niggle. Declan finishing in 9th on 173 points. The White, Mr. White, finishing in 10th on 163 points. We got Firepower in 11th on 154 points. Dude Bell Hawkeye in 12th on 113 points. We've got Kian in 13th on 106 points. We've got Sid the Sloth 14th on 38 points. Then we've got Apex Bloom on 20 points in 15th, and 16th Castian on 11 points. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been an absolute epic championship. It's been an absolute honour to cover it for the Ultimate Racing League. Huge thank yous go to, I believe it's Hodgie and Slowpoke. It seems like they both joint run that Wednesday evening championship. So Slowpoke and Hodgie, a big thank you to those, and all of the admins at URL with Doug for all the tables. And again, a huge thank you to you guys supporting it over the season on the chat and in the views. We appreciate you. Bless you all. And let's get excited about the next one, which I believe is going to be the Lancia Delta. We might even see a bit of muddiness, hopefully. Nothing more to say. Thank you. I've said it all. There's nothing, you can't recap that, ladies and gentlemen. It was an unbelievable race. It was an unbelievable championship. What an end. And let's hope we see the Shags come out again, because they are hella fun. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love. Yeah.